Thank you, Ms. Domanowski.
not-
I'm going to ask you to hold your question to allow other board members to
I have
ask
3
questions.
minutes, right?
Are we at 3 minutes?
No, because it stops when the person stops.
Right.
and then you all-
Where are we?
You're at 1:30.
1:30. Proceed, Ms.
Thank you.
Domanowski.
With the Career and College Readiness is taking a 50% cut this year, how will this affect programs like AVID, ECAP, early college access programs, and advanced placement?
So, can you point me to which,
Career and College Readiness,
I know which page you're referring to?
it's in your budget. Cut it by 50% this year.
So I would request which page we're speaking of so I can respond to whether or not these are blueprint
I have it written
funds.
down. The funds are, it's 1.27 million for this year, and 2025 it's 2.63 million it's general fund.
Seems like the team is looking for that page. So we can move forward while they look, because it can be blueprint.
Ms. Domanowski,
the
do you have
formula.
an additional question while her team is looking for the documentation of your?
Yeah, but
to
you're
answer-
probably gonna have to keep looking for documentation if you don't know, because the rest of my questions are pretty like that as well.
Well, I don't think we should presume that. I think you should ask your question and we'll find out.
Okay, so the Executive Director of Literacy and Humanities Department 95, did this replace the Teaching and Learning Department 95 of the previous years in 25 and 24, 23?
So if you'll recall, last year we brought forward a new organization chart to the Board of Education where we realigned in curriculum and instruction our executive directors to be aligned with the academic priorities. And so that was indeed a change that was approved unanimously.
I understand, but the former 95, the Teaching and Learning had a budget of over $100 million, and now the Literacy and Humanities has a $500,000. What caused the drastic change in budgets?
So last year, when we went through the budget process, we were able to reduce significantly funding that we spent in contractual services. We were able to maximize grants. We were also able to reduce positions. We had the reduction in some of the resource teachers that were converted to our specialists in curriculum and instruction, and those specialists provide direct supports to our schools. We would have to look into that, but that was a part of last year's budgets. And you will note that there have been no negative impacts on literacy. And instead, we've seen quite the opposite in terms of our literacy outcomes for our students. And the literacy team has implemented last year all of their fidelity visits to the schools with the vendors and have provided, I think, at least 3 reports to the Board of Education about their work.
Okay, thank you for that. Also, it's page 144 for the College and Career Readiness. It's 1.2 million from the general fund, and last year we were receiving 2.6. So how will that affect advanced placement, AVID, and early acceptance, EAP, ECAP?
Well, I can tell you there are going to be no cuts to those programs. So I can share that with you. The book that I have has a different page. I don't know if Mr. Saris, you have found that.
Yeah, well, it's very difficult for us to determine where $2 million,
Well, you have to go back because you guys
changed.
don't put the that way. So I had to
there's-
go back to last year's book to find
So
it.
we'll follow up in, what we'll do is we'll follow up in writing and post that.
yeah,
Thanks.
there's no apparent variance of $2 million on that page, so we'll do that research.
Ms. Domanowski, you compared it to the last book?
Operating budget from last year.
Okay.
Because
All
that's
right.
the only place you can find it.
Okay, thank you.
The online learning, what is the reason for the increase? Are we admitting more students to our online learning program? It's gone up about 80% this budget.
So remember last year, we combined all of the separate online programs that we had into one office for efficiency. So I think what you're speaking to, and we can confirm, is you seeing all of the groups come together. We used to have, remind me all the different letters of the different online programs.
E-learning and VLP, so there were two different mechanisms. So e-learning was, students could register through e-learning to do, it was all for high school students, so but VLP was what originally was our
Yes.
K-12 model following.
I'm sorry, Ms. DiDonato. Can you please step up so everyone can hear you? Thank you.
So previously, there were two separate programs, the virtual learning program, which was our online program that started following COVID, which initially was kindergarten through 12th grade. And then e-learning was a high school with a few middle school courses program that had been in existence for a very long time. The two programs merged together. So this is really the combining of those two programs. So last year, they were probably listed as two different budget items, VLP and the online learning program, because that happened after July 1.
Okay, thank you. I probably Mr. Saros needs to come back. The CFO, why the increase of 60% in budget? Did we have a change or adding an FTEs? It went from about 350,000 to 600,000.
Yes, I think on one of the pages in the budget, because we wanted to note this, there was a budget neutral reorganization from in human resources with the Division of Finances, and I think it was for risk management, where staff members moved over along, and the budget team is all shaking their heads, and the chief HR, where the budget, the people, and the salaries moved over.
Under the CFO?
Yes.
Okay.
Risk management moved
Madam
there.
Chair, can I have a point of order to
Thank
ask
you, Ms.
that?
Domanowski. Your
Okay.
time has, Mr. Burns has noted that your time is up.